This is yet another acquisition. It was one of those things, the price was good, and I've kind of been wanting one of these Orecks for a while, just to see what they're like. This is a Oreck Aviator. I paid $20 for this. Star said it was tested, it did work, had some weirdness with the brush roll, but it's fixed for now at least. Just made a ticking noise when it would turn on. It's a 2-speed, it's got the newer motor. I think this is what came after the XL21, which I wouldn't mind having an XL21 someday, but finding one this cheap is kind of the thing. It's not perfect. It's got some scratches, some scrapes, some scuffs, but and I guess the vacuum gods wanted me to have an Oreck because a week ago I passed at a Goodwill on a commercial Oreck that smelled like cigarette smoke for $70. Smelled like cigarette smoke and had a bunch of stuff in the brush roll. And then I go, there's 2 places I frequent, a Goodwill and a Habitat, within like 2 blocks of each other. I have not yet got a vacuum from the Habitat. I've only got fans and pretty much everything else you could imagine from said Habitat. This is the first vacuum I've got from that Habitat, because usually vacuums are ridiculously expensive. The other vacuum, there was a Dirt Devil they were wanting $35 for. One of the modern TTI, I think, is who bought them. One of the modern TTI Dirt Devils, semi-cyclonic is what I call it. The dirt spreads, but it doesn't do any separation. It still all plasters onto the filter, the fine stuff. One of those for $35. The previous vacuums are all like, they had a Sears canister one time. They wanted $50 for that, and that was a little too much for me. It wasn't even a good Sears canister. It was one of the awkward ones that was in that time where they were trying to figure themselves out. Without further ado, I'm going to take you on the back, show you the details. I think this thing is from 2012. I think that's about when these came out, I think. And if the serial number is still like the Orecks of old, I think it is 2012. There's your serial number. There's your date. 12006C. Oreck in Cookville. Tennessee. Pretty sure these are made in China still. I'm not sure. Wait, there's all the information. 2.5 amps. On high. Ugh. I've always had a soft spot for these, because these have always been kind of one of the better Orecks up until recently when TTI bought them and they got all the TTI designs. A little bit of looseness in the handle, but I can fix that later. Only weird thing is how the cord wraps. I guess you're supposed to wrap it around this handle here. It does have the swivel. It does have the swivel, which I find to be a nice feature, even though I don't use it. So without further ado, I'm going to fire it up. The LED headlight is a really nice touch, and kind of like the newer handle. I always had a soft spot for these because they're a little quieter than the Orecks of old, and you know, they kind of have some neat designs. So yeah, that's my Oreck Aviator. I will see you guys in the next one.